Hi, friends. I am going to start right away by introducing myself so we can get right to the interview today because I'm very excited about it. I am Meredith Colby. I am the author of Money Notes: How to Sing High, Loud, Healthy, and Forever, and I'm also a voice coach and teacher in beautiful Chicago, Illinois, hailing from beautiful Chicago, Illinois, but I see people from all over the world because I work online like so many people do these days. Anyway, I meet with individual singers, professional singers, and voice teachers to do teacher training classes for using your brain to create more responsive and sustainable singing. That's what I'm all about. So, if you want information about me that's not me, but we're going to get to that. I am neurovocal.com, which you will find in my bio and in the comments in the description below if you're on YouTube. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm saying. And now I'm so very excited to introduce Danielle. I'm really excited. Danielle Tucker. Danielle Tucker. There we go, captioning software. Is one of Southern California's most versatile and unfailing professional vocalists. As the lead singer of the Mighty Untouchables and the Danielle Tucker Band, Danielle has performed with celebrated artists and is now creating a groundbreaking platform called the Unstoppable Singer. Through her coaching practice, podcast, and annual summit, she empowers singers to build a successful and sustainable career in the music industry. So get ready. Be inspired, be excited with me, and be motivated by the unstoppable Danielle Tucker. There she is. I'm so excited. I know I'm a little bit squirrely, Danielle, but you have to forgive me because I'm really, really psyched about this summit. I've been to it every year. I think it's amazing, and I think you're amazing for being able to figure this out and put it together and host it. It's incredible. So it started, 4 years ago, right? This is the fourth year. So what inspired you? How did you come up with the idea? Tell the story. Oh, wait, don't tell it yet. You're muted still. Okay,
Oh,
now tell it. Okay, I'm
okay.
good. No, it was my fault. Sorry.
Well, as you mentioned in my bio, I'm a full-time working singer myself. And so when COVID hit, all of my work, like many others, came to a screeching halt. And I don't take downtime very well. So I needed a creative project, I needed an outlet. So I started a live stream podcast with just my fellow professional singers in my community. We'd get on weekly and just kind of chit chat about, how we were making ends meet, what solutions we were coming up with to keep going, how we were, learning the technology to put our home studios together so we could do some session work at least. So these conversations just kept going on, and it seemed as though they were useful in the community. And I really enjoy conferences, summits, going to learning venues like that. And so it dawned on me, let's curate different professionals, different experts in the business, bring them all together so that we can lay all the opportunities, all the cards on the table, and show singers on a much wider scale what is available to them. How can they save their careers? How can we get out of this mess that we find ourselves in? And then how can we put structures in place so that should the unthinkable happen again, where our entire livelihoods aren't completely trashed. So I brought together 30 speakers from all different aspects of the business, and we did a 3-day online summit, free to singers to attend. And we learned from everything from actually working on the craft of our voice to creating multiple streams of income. We learned about technology, live streaming technology, home studio technology. We learned about sync licensing, so many different things. It was a huge success. The speakers were unbelievably great. The community of singers that showed up was unbelievably great. And so I was completely hooked. And I have put on a summit every year since then. So this is going to be the 4th year.
I remember that first year. That tech stuff, the tech sections. I mean, I
Yeah.
was interested in the marketing sections because I have resistance to it, but I knew I needed to watch those tech sections. They were a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Just the people were really nice. They were not talking down to me. They were
Mhm.
just like, let's get you going, which was so helpful at the time.
Yeah. I think that's the beautiful thing about the summit is that, there's so many singers out there that are, searching the internet for uh, voice lessons, voice work, warm ups, all those different things on YouTube and, whatever various platforms. Um, and they don't know that all of this information is available at their fingertips about other aspects of becoming a singer, not just the voice work itself. These are not generally things that are taught to us in any kind of music school that you go to. So I love the beauty of reaching this audience of singers to bring them into something where they're going to learn things they didn't even know they didn't know, like the tech stuff.
Yes.
And it makes it very easy. It's very digestible and, it's information that anyone can use.
Right. Because you don't know what you don't know, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
And a lot of times in singing situations, I mean, I remember this happened to me throughout my singing career. Uh, you don't realize that you didn't know the thing until you're literally standing in front of an audience,
Yeah,
or you've
exactly.
showed up at the gig and the audience will be there in 30 minutes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you're just like,
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, and I mean it goes as far as like just as singers, many of us kind of grow up with this vision in our mind that I'm going to be an original artist, I'm going to, pursue a record deal and that is the path. That is the path to being a singer. I had no idea that there was this completely other world out there, the world of working singers, the world of,
right,
session singers, all of these different things and, unless these things had been these doors had opened for me and the information was given to me, I would have had no idea. And this is the thing that the summit really unlocks for a lot of singers is that you're going
hmm,
to discover things that you did not even know existed, all of these opportunities, just to create a sustainable living at doing this.
yeah, because you can,
You
right?
can. Yep.
You definitely can, but yeah, I coach popular singers, singer-songwriters, artists, and it shocks me literally to this day, people in their 20s who I feel like should not even have this in their heads,
Mhm.
but they're still talking about getting signed.
Right.
Like if my band's going to get signed and I'm like, dude, like that's really not how it works anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
It's
no like Hollywood and Vine. There's no fairy godmother. It doesn't happen that way anymore. If you're going to
Yep.
get signed, if by any chance a label happens to stumble across you, the first thing
Mhm.
they're going to do is see how many Instagram followers you have.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you don't have enough, they're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
And
have
that's
to so it's just so like you have to learn to be a small business owner
you
as a
do.
musician. Even if
Mhm.
you want the fairy godmother version of being signed to a label.
Right. Well, and it should be good news to everybody that shows up and hears this. If they are discouraged by hearing, it's very unlikely that you're going to get signed, or that's probably not going to happen. It shouldn't be a discouragement. This is good
Mm-mm.
news because the reality is the landscape of being in the music industry has completely shifted.
Mm-hmm.
The playing field is leveled uh, further than it ever has been. We all have the opportunity as independent artists to create the business for ourselves. Your audience is sitting out there on the internet just waiting for you to show up, but
Right.
you need to know how to show up. And, and that's really all about educating yourself. But, don't be discouraged about the, possibly not getting a label deal because in this day and age, you don't need it.
No. Well, and what people tend to not understand about this, I know we need to get to other stuff about the summit, but this is, I can't, but there aren't a lot of people I can talk to about this, Danielle. But what people don't really understand about record labels is that historically, record
Mhm.
labels were just a distribution channel.
Right.
That's what they were. If you
Mm.
wanted someone to buy the record, it had to be done by a label that had a relationship with record stores. So
Yes.
they were just distribution centers,
Mhm.
and then or channels, right? So and they were able to be gatekeepers because of
Mhm.
that. And
Right.
they would build up somebody else's career, and they would make sure that the three other people who were like that person who were enjoying some success did not.
Mhm.
I mean, I've heard some horror stories from the olden days. But now the internet's the distributor.
Mhm.
We can be
That's
our own distributors. We don't need gatekeepers to let us through to make our musical statement in the world.
right. That's a beautiful thing.
And I feel like that's what the
Mhm.
summit is, one of the things that the summit is helping people with is understanding that that system. Is that a fair way to say it?
Yeah, I think that's a great way of saying it. It's a system. There's a formula to it.
Right. And you can
Yeah.
learn it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Love it. I love it. Okay. So the people who are coming to this summit,
Mhm.
what kind of people are they? Are they all label seekers? Who are they?
Well,
Who's your
we
target
get
audience?
yeah, the target audience is really the information is geared towards singers who are already full-time singers, professional
Really?
singers. We
Okay.
have part-time, aspiring singers. We have some hobbyists who are looking to do more with what they
Hmm.
already do. Maybe they're not looking to, make a full-time living out of it, but they want to build up a following. They want to build up the universe of their
Yeah,
of
yeah.
their singing career. So we get a lot of different people with different aspirations showing up, but the information really is geared towards the singer who wants more out of what they're doing, that wants to believe beyond what the limitations are that they're seeing.
Okay. So if somebody is just sort of like, I wonder if I could be a professional singer, they're going to find stuff. And the
Yes,
people who are already singing professionally will also find stuff. Am I
that's
hearing you
right.
correctly?
You are. And this year, generally, we have about 30 speakers on the lineup. This year, we
Whoa.
have 45 speakers.
Whoa.
Yeah. So believe me, there's going to be something for everybody on this lineup. We're going to be learning everything from voice work to sync licensing. We're going to be learning about marketing. We're going to be learning about AI. We're going to be learning about mental health and wellness. And my gosh, there's so many topics that are going to be covered. So no matter where you're at in your singing life, if you're a singer and you feel you want more, even if you're a pro, a seasoned pro, believe me, my community of singers shows up for this and
Yeah.
gets so much out of it. So there's going to be something for everybody. It's going to be an absolute fire hose of information.
Okay. All right. So wait a minute. But okay. There's two things I want to talk about. Okay. First, 45 speakers.
Yeah.
Any names you want to drop? Fancy
Yeah,
names?
definitely. I gotta get my list out here because I won't remember, but, yeah, since we're in our 4th year, we have such a, great alumni of speakers that come back, every single year, and I absolutely have to include them because every year they show up with, like, extremely great value, something fresh, something new, and then, of course, we always wanna be adding, new and interesting topics that just the relevance of everything changes every single year, so,
Yeah.
um, we've got Hannah Bales this year, Rosette, Audrey Callahan will be with us, Latoya Cooper, Dr. Rena Gupta will be with us. She's an
What?
amazing ENT. Yes, yes. Chris Bradley will be there talking about building your home studio. Ariel Hyatt, she'll be there talking about PR. Um, John Henney will be there. We have
Oh,
Carissa
John
Nielsen,
Henney.
who is, yeah, I know. We have Carissa Nielsen, who is, in the world of film and television session work. She's a vocal contractor and she is
Nice.
just a wealth of knowledge.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I could seriously go on and on about this list. Um, you will be there, which
I
I
will
am
be there.
thrilled. You were there last year and you were amazing. And so
Thank
we're
you.
super, super honored to have you coming back, Meredith.
Thank you.
So, yeah, the lineup is absolutely stellar. We have one speaker in particular who is a big, big surprise. I can't announce them yet, but I'll be announcing them in the coming weeks here. But uh, you won't want to miss this. It's going
Oh
to be
boy,
amazing.
that's a tease. Okay, and when people, all right, so that's, I said I was excited about something. I have to tell you, your neighbor, Rita, she's in California too. She's a voice coach in California.
Hey,
She's psyched. I know Rita recommends this to all of her clients because she teaches, microphone singers, people who sing in bands and singer-songwriters and stuff. So, so
Yeah.
it's really nice for people like Rita and people like me, where that's our clientele, to be able to go, I don't have to be the answers to everything, girlfriend. Just go to the
Yes.
summit. It's so
Yeah.
nice. I mean, it's helpful, so helpful for us. And
Yeah.
wait, what was the other thing? Oh, okay. Danielle, it's
Yes.
free. What's the deal? What's the catch?
It is free.
How
Yeah.
is it free?
When I created this, I wanted to make it super accessible, especially in 2020. None of us had any work going on. So I,
That's
I
true.
wasn't going to put some kind of a big ticket opportunity out there. So I want it to be free. I want any singer who wants to show up to the live presentations. It'll be running live May 15, 16, and 17th. And you'll have access to the replays for free for up to 48 hours after that. But the really cool thing is that if you cannot make it live and you don't think you'll have time within those 48 hours, we
Mm-hmm.
do offer an upgraded package, which is called the All Access Backstage Pass.
Mm-hmm.
And if you purchase that package, which is $97 at the time of registration, you can have unlimited access to all 45 presentations for the rest of your life, or as long as I'm living and
Oh
can
my
post the
God.
presentations.
Wait, okay, I'm sorry. My head's blowing up. Um, $97.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty doable for a
That's
lot of information.
great.
And
That's
it's
like,
not
that's not even one voice lesson.
No, it's not. And it's not even just the replays that you get. This year, we're doing something really big. I'm offering a private podcast feed. So if you buy the upgrade, you'll also get an audio feed of all of the presentations. So if you're someone who likes to take in their information by listening while you're driving or when you're on your daily walk or doing the dishes, whatever, however you consume your info, we'll have the podcast edition of it too. So you can take it in that way. And on top of that, many of the speakers contribute amazing bonus items. These are ask me anything sessions, workshops, mini courses. It's thousands of dollars worth of uh, information value just packed into this little package, for 97 bucks. But,
Wow.
if you can't make it, don't worry, still register for the event and you can take advantage of that. But either way, don't miss out on this opportunity. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is great. I am not a fire hose person.
Me
So
neither.
I would be somebody who would buy the package
Yeah.
because I like to listen, and the podcast, genius. That's so like, I would listen to the podcast. I usually listen to any given podcast that I like because I listen to kind of sciencey podcasts, but information podcasts.
Yes.
Like, 2 or 3 times, because the first pass you just miss almost everything. And I know that because I know how brains work. So so being able to go back sort of when you're ready and be able to watch as many times as you need to so that you understand, that's a beautiful thing. I think that's really important, actually. And again,
It is.
I'm sorry. I'm still I'm a little freaked out by the $97, Danielle, I'm not gonna lie. Because
Hey, I want everybody to be able to handle it,
also
because
because
I
I know
know for
how
myself.
unbelievably hard you work on this thing and how many hours. I mean, I can only imagine how many hundreds of hours you put into this thing.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a
And then
lot.
you're like
It's so worth it for me though. I
$97.
love the work.
Oh my God. Okay.
Well,
Right on. Good for you.
thankfully enough people want the package that definitely,
Well,
makes
yeah.
it worth it. But I get it. The only reason that I'm able to consume all 3 days live is because I have to be there. I'm running the show. So, but otherwise, if I were an attendee, there is absolutely no way that I could sit through all of that and absorb it all. And so I am the type of learner where I like to have things just kind of like at my fingertips, and I like to, strategize. All right, I'm going to listen to one podcast a day, or I'm going to listen to one
Right.
module a day. You do it however it works for you, but having that, whenever you want it and need it is great.
Having that as an option. I'm sorry, Rita made another comment that I want to include because it's a good one for us. She says, I'll be recommending this to my students. For me, an old school person, this is helpful for me to see how things are done now. And that's a really good point as well, I
Mhm.
think, because you mentioned, but the technology changes quickly,
Mhm.
marketing changes quickly. Not everybody who is a voice coach is somebody who is in the business silo that their students want to be in, and every
Okay.
silo has its own stuff that you have to know and learn,
Mhm.
right? So
I
being
couldn't
able to
agree more.
send your students to just go, I don't have to know everything.
That's right. Yeah, and I think that as a voice teacher, vocal coaches, you sending your students is such a gift to them, but you also showing up and, taking in those
Right.
different things that you want to stay up to speed on too. You want to, take in this information and be able to offer it to your students, just staying up to date with everything, staying relevant, and we have a lot more for voice teachers and vocal coaches as well. We have a lot of speakers that are going to be coming on and speaking directly to those that run voice studios.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I referred people out last year. I mean,
Mhm.
I kept the names of a couple of the speakers
Yeah.
so that I could refer my clients to those
Yes.
people because they
Yes.
were good at things that I'm not good at,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was really nice.
That is
Yeah.
nice. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay. Is there something? Okay, this is the last question, then I'm gonna let you go because I know you are super busy. And I really appreciate you showing up today and talking about this today. I mean, I know you're excited and you want people to hear about it and you're very gracious about that, but I also know you're super busy, so I don't want to keep you a really long time. But there's just the last question, okay?
Mhm.
Is this year any different than previous years?
Yeah, it is. That's a
Besides the
great question.
podcast. I mean, I
I
love the
am
podcast.
Right. I'm so glad you asked that. It's funny because all 3 years in the past, a theme has emerged from every single one where there's really been a central focus of things. In 2020, it was really focused on kind of getting out of the quicksand, right? And
Right.
finding ways to keep our heads above water, learning the technology to get up to speed, to bring everything online. So it was very centrally focused around that. And then the following year was geared towards getting back out there. What's available to us now, and how do we handle getting back out into the world? And then last year was a lot about handling the absolute windfall of work that came to many of our ways, and also how you could get in on that windfall, right? um, this year, what we're seeing a lot of in the vocal community, I'm sure you see this as well, we kind of have an epidemic of fatigue, overwhelm,
Yes.
and
Yes.
just our mental health, our general well-being. So what that's looking like is singers losing their voices, singers feeling very fatigued,
Oh,
singers just feeling emotionally overwhelmed and canceling out their entire month or their entire week of gigs. It's bands canceling tours, things that's kind of like what it's manifesting in. And so we're going to talk a lot about wellness and just taking care of ourselves, self-care, creating healthy boundaries, just setting up yourself as a whole individual as well as a professional. Those are tough things to balance out in a world where you feel like you have to be hustling and on 1,000% of the time, and I think the message that's going to come across is that yes, you do have to work hard, but you need to work smart so that you can also take care of yourself, because if you're not okay, you're not going to have a sustainable business. So we're going to talk quite a lot about that. And I'm so happy again that you're going to be joining us again, because what you bring to the table is so critical to the overall message that we're bringing. I am so honored just to know you and to have gotten familiar with your work over the past few years. Side note, Meredith and I know each other because we were part of a mastermind group together. And so I've had the privilege of this front row seat to the work that she's doing, her ideas, the things that, you're bringing into the world. And I am absolutely fascinated by it. And I can't thank you enough for, agreeing to come and speak at the summit. So thank you for your contribution to that. And it's just going to be, it's going to be a great time. So
Thank you. Well,
yeah.
I'm hoping to, lay a little bit of brain science on people in a way that they can understand how, and this will fit in with your wellness thing,
Yeah.
how to have a more joyful and grounded performance experience.
Yes.
Because brain science can, create a more joyful and grounded performance experience. So I'm hoping that I can bring something valuable to your amazing event.
I know
I'm
you will.
excited. I'm excited. I think it's really cool. So
Me
anyway,
too.
but thank you so much for being here. Is there anything else you wanted to say before we end?
No, but anybody who's interested in the summit can head to thesingersummit.com
Wait,
and
where is it?
you'll
How come I
find
can't do this? There we go.
yes, you'll find the sign up link
There
there.
we
And
go.
I'm all of my things are at theunstoppablesinger.com, but head to thesingersummit.com first.
Wait, which one do you want?
The Singer Summit.
Thesingersummit.com. That's
Yes.
what I thought.
Yep.
Okay, good. Whew, I'm like, did I make the wrong thing? Okay, yeah. Thesingersummit.com. You can do that. On YouTube, there will be links in the description. And on Facebook, there won't be anything on Facebook. Just go to thesingersummit.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Meredith.
Rita said, what a gift. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Rita.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here, Danielle. I can't wait for the summit, and I will definitely help spread the good word, okay?
Thank you so much. Take care, Meredith.
Bye.